All right, welcome. My name is Jason Akins. I'm doing my presentation on my final presentation for IDT3600. This is a final reflection of material that I've learned and the technology I've learned about. So throughout this course, we've been talking about ISTE standards for teachers. There are 5 standards for teachers and 5 for students. ISTE stands for International Society for Technology and Education. The first standard for this whole presentation is based off of ISTE standards for teachers. Standard number 1 says facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity. Number 2, design and develop digital age learning experiences and assessments. Model digital age work and learning for number 3. Number 4 is promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. And lastly, engage in professional growth and leadership. So like I said, this presentation is based on the ISTE standards for teachers. So ISTE standards are there for teachers to model proper use of technology. They're there to improve student learning and engagement through technology, enrich teacher and student practices. They're there to enhance assessment strategies, and most importantly, provide professional development for the learning community. ISTE standards provide positive models for professional practices, both for students and teachers. So let's dig in. Standard number 1, facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity. In this standard, you'll see that teachers use their knowledge of subject matter teaching and learning technology to facilitate experiences that advance student learning, creativity, innovation in both face-to-face and virtual environments. As you can see, I have some highlighted features here. These are substandards. First, promote and support model creative thinking, engage students in exploring real-world issues, and lastly, model collaborative excuse me. Promoting and supporting model creative, innovative thinking. I chose to use my comic strip. I believe that is a great way to inspire creative thinking. You can see just how the comic strip was created. This one in particular is about the chain of survival and CPR. So it does require some thinking and intuitiveness about and knowledge about the subject matter. Next, I chose to engage students in exploring real-world issues and solving authentic problems in digital resources. We had to use an Excel program to come up with some data that we used. It was about individual restaurants that have food, and we were supposed to use it and analyze the data. The caloric data, fat, cholesterol, as you can see here in the chart. So I thought that was a great example of that. Lastly, I chose to model collaborative knowledge construction by using the graphic organizer. The graphic organizer is a great way for colleagues to get together face to face, and also they can use this technology to work in the virtual environment, and they can each take a piece of the graphic organizer and have their own learning through the graphic organizer. All right, standard number 2, design and develop digital age learning experiences and assessments. Teachers develop and evaluate authentic learning experiences and assessments, incorporating contemporary tools and resources to maximize content and context. Every student is an individual. They all learn differently. They all do things on their own pace. So if you see here in this example here, this is a collaborative group. Over here you have a person working in solitude. Each person works differently in their own individual styles and ways. You can see I've chosen to highlight these 3 substandards, B, C, and D. So let's get to it. Number B, provide students with multiple varied formative assessments aligned with content and technology standards. Use resulting data. I chose to use my second lesson plan, which has a variety of formative assessments in and summative assessments in that particular topic, and it uses a lot of technology, including Web 2.0 tools that they can use to develop things. Next, I chose develop technology-enriched environments that enable all students to pursue their individual curiosities and become participants in their own educational goals and manage their own learning, assessing their own progress. I chose to use the web quest. I think it's a really cool idea to use a web quest. It's a great way for students to be engaged in their own learning, and they take their own time. They go at their own progress. Next, I chose to use interactive learning activities to customize and personalize learning activities to address student diverse learning styles and working strategies. So here we have the interactive learning activities. Basically, the student will log on to any one of these websites and they can interact with the models in different ways. Next, teachers will exhibit knowledge and skills and work processes representative of innovative professional in the global digital society. This is representative of standard number 3, modeling digital age work and learning. As you can see, I've chosen 3 substandards to model this. The first one would be demonstrating fluency in technology systems. Second, communicating relevant information. And modeling facilitate effective use of current emerging tools. So my first to demonstrate fluency in technology systems would be using the Web 2.0 tools. This was a new Web 2.0 tool that I learned, and I have since learned how to transfer this knowledge as an emerging technology. Next, I chose to communicate relevant information and ideas effectively. I chose my screencast that I did. I talked about Google Classroom and how to upload files and upload folders and just basically how to use Google Classroom. It's a great Web 2.0 tool as well because you can interact with the students and parents. Lastly, modeling, facilitating effective use of current engaging digital tools. I used again the Excel spreadsheet. There's some really cool tools on here. There's a formula that you can put in and it automatically calculates everything that you need. You can change any of the boxes to include a currency or decimal points, fractions, or so and so. It's a great tool to use. Promote and model digital citizenship. Well, I believe that teachers should understand local, global society issues, responsibilities involving digital culture. As you can see, I've chosen 3 of these substandards to be a representation of what I've learned. Advocating for a model of teaching safe, legal, ethical practices. Again, I chose the comic strip. The main reason I chose this is because this is a published website. You can see the address, the web address, and you can see I created this. It is, like I said, it is a published website. So if anybody were to try to use this, they would note that that I am the creator of this particular strip. Addressing diverse needs, just like in this picture, you have a variety of ways that students can learn. I chose to use my first lesson plan. I thought that was a great way because this first lesson plan incorporates auditory, visual, and kinesthetic learning all in one. Next, develop and model cultural understanding and global awareness. I chose to use my video cast. I like this tool because I can lecture from no matter where I am. I can lecture across the world to other countries if need be. So this is a great way for students to learn and to engage other cultures in communication. If I needed to, I could communicate with somebody from across the globe. So next, ISTE standard number 5, engaging in professional growth and leadership. So teachers continuously improve their professional practice models and exhibit leadership in their school's professional community by promoting, demonstrating effective tools and resources. Again, I've chosen 3, 1, 2, and 3 to demonstrate that. First, the Prezi, the Web 2.0 is a great way to communicate with the entire world. You can do your presentations and also others can input information. So it's a great and creative application for technology. Next, I have to exhibit leadership by demonstrating a vision of technology, infusing shared decision making and community building leadership and technology skills of others. I chose to use my coding. I've never coded in my life before, but I thought this was a really interesting opportunity to learn how to code. You can see here that we had to teach the Angry Bird to move all the way to the pig, and there's a variety of different things. But we use these little blocks to help us learn how to code. Very, very instructional, and I really, really like this. A great way to build and develop leadership and technology skills for young students. And lastly, to contribute effectiveness, vitality, and self-renewal to the teaching profession, I chose to use my blog. In this case, it was teaching in a sparse environment. This is a great tool that teachers can use. They log on, and it'll continue. It's a tool that can be used for enhancement of the professional community. And that's all I got for you. Thank you for listening. Have a great one. I'm Jason Akins. Goodbye.